Hello students, this is Mr. Talmadge. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to do the written portion of your Excel map project that we're working on. And I've got some questions for you. I'll be judging those comments based on some criteria, and there are really four main ones. The first one is this one right here. Is the data interesting? And so I want you to ask yourself, is this a piece of information that maybe most people don't know, and so they would be interested by it? Is it something that is shocking or outlandish, or that most people wouldn't think based on their preconceived notions would be the case? So make sure you're choosing things as you go through the textbook. Make sure you're choosing items that are of interest. And I would think if it's interesting to you, it's probably going to be interesting to somebody else. The second question would be, is the data relevant to Washington State history? For example, last year I had a student who, on their map, wanted to put down that they had been camping at a certain campsite in Washington, and they weren't able to explain how that campsite was relevant to the history of Washington. And so if that's the case for you, I would say don't use that item. It needs to be relevant to our history. And so if it comes from the textbook, or if it's something we've talked about in class, that's going to be relevant for sure. The third item here is the data you include original. By that, I don't want you to just look at somebody else's map, and I don't want you to choose the first thing that you see. I want you to find something that, just like something that's interesting, is going to stand out from another student's map. So you're going to have to do some digging deep into the textbook to find that. Okay. Finally, number 4, and this is the one that I think will probably be the hardest for most students, and that is the data important to our state's history? Well, that begs the question, what makes something important? And I would say that it's the degree to which the data or the thing that happened in our history has had an impact on the future. And so you can say those in a couple different ways. And we'll have a lesson in class today about how to write down that explanation of what's important to our state's history. So I hope that helps a little bit. Pay attention in class today, and you'll learn a little more about that.